my own world of make-believe.
Hi yo everyone, welcome back to another video, or just welcome if this is your first time on the channel. In my episode 1 to 4 review, I talked about how it's a slow burn and partly boring show with some good in between. You can check out the video by clicking on the card on top right. I would like to warn you that there will be spoilers for the first 4 episodes, but not this one. So, at the end of episode 4, the president is attacked and Talos is killed. This one continues from there.
Duh.
The episode was not bad. It was another short one, being just 36 minutes long with like 30 minutes of actual content. It had few decent moments that were enjoyable, but I hate to say that this show is painfully generic. It has nothing special going for it, and I want to love this show because I can tell they genuinely tried with this one. That's something I can't say about some of the recent MCU projects like Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania, but it just doesn't hit you the way it should. Also, this show is pretty slow and it barely features any action, but when they do feature an action scene, it is super generic. Like this episode had one, but it was so basic, it's like they don't even try to make exciting stuff exciting. Okay, so after watching 5th episode, I was hoping that they will do something so exciting that our opinion of the show will change, or at least something that makes watching previous 5 episodes worth it. Unfortunately, that's not the case. This one was another okayish episode with like 1 or 2 decent scenes. It was 36 minutes long as well, and it ended so quick, like it didn't even matter. They just wanted it to end, even if in the most lame way possible. This storyline could have been epic, but now it's just a boring 6 episode show. Whose idea was it to adapt this overfilled storyline with just 6 episodes? She-Hulk had 9 episodes and it had practically nothing going for it. Also, it's a bummer that She-Hulk managed to pull off a better season finale than this show. This show just didn't hit the way it should have. Being a serious MCU show doesn't mean anything when it is not executed properly. We wanted Marvel to make a serious show, but there's a way to make serious show, especially this world at stake type of show. But that element seems to be missing from it. There's a rule of show, don't tell. But I guess they threw that rule out of the window and only focused on tell rule. The characters are just talking, living expositions, explaining their plans, throwing threats around, anything but action, or actually doing something special. Also, even serious projects can be lighthearted and fun at points as long as they are not going the crazy MCU fun route like Love and Thunder. This show has some serious moments, but they don't make you feel anything, like Taylor's and Maria Hill's death. They just feel like, well, that happened moments. I mean, Maria Hill's death was shocking, but it didn't make you feel anything emotionally, cause either the direction is bad or I am heartless. For my own peace of mind, I will go with the former option. This is a big storyline, and like I said in my previous video, it should have been a phase long storyline with different superheroes involved. And if some of them or beloved characters from their movies died, then it would have felt like that these Skrulls are an actual threat or that the world is really at stake. What did they expect us to feel over the death of this relatively new character or this underdeveloped one? Like, don't be sad, Nick. Just pick some random extra from the crowd. They hold the same value as these characters for viewers. Okay, maybe not Maria Hill, but Talos. He is barely developed. Did they expect us to act like this?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And am I actually heartless? Probably. Also, I will reveal that the show ended with a cliffhanger, meaning this story will continue. So whoever will continue this story has a difficult task of making it interesting, because the only thing that this show did for this storyline is that make it seem really boring. And one thing about MCU movies is that even if they are bad, the villains always shine through. Wanda, Gore, Kang, Namor were the highlight of their movies, even if their movies were filled with issues. But lately, that doesn't seem to be the case with MCU shows. Like, Gravik was really boring. I didn't care about him at all. And I don't even remember the villain of Miss Marvel. And I guess these two were the villains of She-Hulk, but both were really bad. And while Ethan Hawke's hero was good, but he was handled so bad in the last episode and they never explored his potential. That's weird. You would think a villain can be better explored in a series with 6 or more episodes. But I guess that doesn't work for MCU. Also, you had an interesting character like Nick Fury. How do you waste him? He didn't do anything smart until the last episode. Even in the last one, he didn't do something extremely clever or something that we haven't seen before. That's the big issue of this show. It is so generic and predictable. Nothing special. If I have to give a title to this series, I will call it Show, the high budget show. The CGI in this episode was pretty bad, but we have gotten used to that, so I won't talk about it. Also, it is pretty nitpicky, but they could have at least made sure that Gravik's hand placement matched with the previous shot. It's so obvious cause they are the main focus of this shot, but they didn't bother to correct it. But that's all I have to say about it. Just to end on a positive note, I will say what I liked about these two episodes. First, the acting. As I said in my last video, Samuel L. Jackson is the biggest reason to watch it. He is incredible as always, and I really liked Olivia Colman's acting. She did an exceptional job with her character. Also, the theme of this series is pretty good. They use it during a scene in the last episode, and that elevated the scene. But that's all I liked about these two episodes and the whole series pretty much. Okay, that's the end of the review. Now, I am gonna show something that's a spoiler for the last episode. So, if you haven't watched it, subscribe, like, and leave. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. Ta-da! Look at this. Look at this. Whose idea was this? Did you not see how stupid this looked? Amelia Clark went from realistic looking dragons to this. I don't know what else I can say, so I will just end the video. If you like the video, press the like button and subscribe to the channel. Comment below if you have watched The Secret in Man. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.